welcome back to another video. This is going to be part 2 of my future election series. What you're seeing on the screen is the 2040 election of part 1. And just so you know, in case you did not watch the first episode, this is basically just what if the average candidate for every state ran on both parties, what would the map look like? And this is assuming trends stay the same, not exactly changing, like, you know how back in the early 2000s Georgia was trending red and now it's trending blue. This is assuming that it continues to trend blue and the Rust Belt continues to trend red. You know what I mean. So yeah, this is the 2040 map that I had. Let's move on to 2044. And before we do the census, I already did it for, I actually already did it for, in the previous video, just to set up for this one. So, yeah, let's get into it. But, right before we start, I actually have, I'll put the link in to the description below for the music. God, again, I cannot speak today. I'm sorry. Just make sure, just so you know, the link to the music is in the description. Again, now for real, let's do it. So let's start off with a state that I think is going to flip blue. You guessed it, South Carolina. I just think that the Charleston area is going to continue to grow so much that the state eventually just flips. The Republican rural turnout just won't be enough to keep the state Republican. So that's South Carolina. I think that, let's see, are there any other flips I have? No, not yet. Alright, that's it for flips. For the states that are trending blue, let's make Kansas tilt, Montana lean, Mississippi lean, Alaska tilt, Tennessee likely. Now for the Democratic states that are shifting blue, I actually have none on this map, surprisingly. So for the states that are shifting red, or trending red, I should say, we're gonna move Rhode Island down to likely. That's it. For Republican holds that are getting redder, I'm gonna Ohio move to safe, Pennsylvania move to likely, and that's it. 2044 was actually kind of simple. Now for 2048, I'm sure you can guess where the flip's gonna be. Kansas, actually probably lean, not gonna lie. It's gonna start trending, it's trending blue pretty fast. So yeah, that's Pennsylvania, or no, Kansas. Michigan I think will be likely by then. I mean, Dems are kind of done in the Rust Belt by this point, in the 40s. Except for Illinois and Minnesota, if you even count Minnesota as Rust Belt, which I do, personally, but that's a personal thing. For some more states that I think are gonna shift, I think Utah becomes lean. Alaska also flips blue. And for 2048, I guess Georgia's safe B. it's just trending Democratic way too fast. And of course, if trends keep up, Georgia is going to be safe Democratic, and it's not going to get. It's gonna stay Democratic for the rest of the thing. I'm just gonna say that right now. For Nebraska's first district, I think it'll move down to lean. I mean, the suburbs, the Omaha suburbs and Lincoln are just trending blue too fast, and I think that's also why Nebraska's second became safe. Nebraska's first will be lean for a very similar reason. That's about it. I think that this is what I think that 2048 will look like, assuming it's average candidates for all types of states. I actually have block maps, center map. Okay, fixed that. Actually, let's go full screen as well. Alright, this is kind of weird having full screen. I never use full screen, so... Alright, let's look at the 2052, but of course, because it is a census year, we have to do the census. Colorado +1 in exchange for Kentucky -1. Illinois -1. Florida +1. New Jersey -1. North Carolina +1. Connecticut -1. Tennessee +1. Ohio -1. Michigan -1. And Wisconsin -1. Texas +3. California -1. Arizona +1. Let's see. Oh, Pennsylvania -1. And Georgia +1. Alright, that seems about good. Let's see, did I miss anything? Yeah, New York -1. And let's see. You know what? Idaho's gaining population fast. We're gonna go Idaho +1. Alright, now to refill the map. Alright. Now for 2052. I think Montana narrowly flips. I think that Louisiana and Tennessee both go down to lean. Yeah, I know, that's some fast shifting for Tennessee right there. But who cares? I think that... Oh, no. Whoa. Illinois moves down to lean. North Carolina safe. Arizona safe. Texas safe. And no, don't think I forgot about Florida and Minnesota. I'm leaving them as is. I think Nebraska at large goes down to lean. And that's about it for 2052. Let's explain some of the changes. Oh, wait, one more. New Jersey down to lean. I think that New Jersey's just going to continue losing population. It's not a surprise. Same with Connecticut and Rhode Island. People are just moving out of these areas way too quickly for anyone to really... For them to really be getting bluer, so they're really going to be getting redder. The same goes for these Rust Belt states. You know what? Wisconsin's safe. No, likely's probably more accurate. I completely forgot to shift South Carolina. I'm stupid. Anyway, I think that North Carolina, Georgia, and Arizona will all be safe by this point because first, they're trending Democratic very, very quickly, and especially Georgia and North Carolina, but the large black populations are really not going to get any redder. And that's why these states are just going to continue getting bluer and bluer and bluer, making them safe. Tennessee, this one might surprise you a little bit. I think that the Nashville area is going to just continue to get bluer and bluer, as well as gain in population very quickly. And at the same time, I think the Memphis area is going to be losing population, but also getting bluer. So I think that that'll be really good for Democrats in Tennessee. So yeah, I think it'll be lean, very high lean. I hit lock map. So yeah, I think that that's what these two are gonna be. Mississippi and Louisiana. I mean, Louisiana, I think it's just gonna the New Orleans area is just gonna continue to get bluer, even though it's already so Democratic. I think that most of Louisiana's, the rural Louisiana areas are going to, one of two, either have less turnout or get bluer over time, causing the urban areas to have more of an impact on the state and overall make it a lean R state. Mississippi, I think the black population is just going to further increase, kind of balancing out the ultra-conservative white population in more southeastern Mississippi. So yeah. And Utah, of course, tons of people moving to Salt Lake City. I just think that it'll cancel out the incredibly Republican population in the rural and some of the other Utah cities. And Montana, I just think is going to be trending blue overall. Now, why am I focusing 2052 calls so much? I have no idea. But let's move on to 2056. This is going to be a pretty big one. I'm going to move Connecticut down to lean, Delaware down to lean, California down to likely, Nevada up to safe, Minnesota down to tilt, Montana up to lean, flip Utah, and make Mississippi tilt, Wisconsin safe, Idaho likely, Oklahoma likely. I'll explain this one in a minute. I think that's actually it. Oh, Maine at large tilt. Maine at large, I think we'll just go down to tilt just because the second district is trending red so fast. Like, you saw, besides Ronald Reagan, I think, was the last president to win Maine's second district before Donald Trump won it by 10 in 2016. And, like, that's just how fast it's trending Republican. And even if the first district is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly Democratic, it won't matter. Because the second district is going to be so Republican that Maine at large is going to be a real swing state at this point. And for Oklahoma being likely, the only reason why is because I saw not exactly a poll, but numbers from the 2020 election showing that the Oklahoma young vote went blue by over 15 points. And I'll be honest, it could have gone likely a long time ago. It might even be lean at this point because of it, but I'm just going to be safe and put it as likely for 2056. I think that Oklahoma's, I think that Oklahoma County's definitely going to flip blue. And that's about it for Oklahoma. Utah, of course, as I mentioned a moment ago. Idaho as well, so many people moving there to, yeah. Mississippi, again, the black population. Alright, 2060. Here we go. I think Tennessee moves down to tilt. Louisiana moves down to tilt. South Carolina up to likely. Illinois, tilt. Alaska, lean. I meant to put it as lean a while back, actually. My bad. New York, likely. This one's interesting. Too many people leaving the state. Nebraska's first, tilt. Alabama, likely. Kansas, likely. Utah, lean. Pennsylvania, safe. Not enough Democratic voters in the Philly areas, or urban areas and suburbs. It's just going to be too Republican by then. And, that's it, actually. That's it for 2060. I didn't have any flips for 2060, but look at how many tilt states there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tilt states. 2 of which actually pretty big ones, Tennessee and Illinois. Now you'll notice, of course, with New York, California, and Texas in the Democratic column, it's going to be really difficult for Republicans to win elections, even with the entire Rust Belt, nearly Minnesota and Illinois. And honestly could win both of these if they really tried in these states or had exceptional candidates. Alright, and that's about it for 2060. Now let's do the census real quick and then end the video. I think we're going to see Georgia +1, South Carolina +1, North Carolina +1, and Virginia +1. Pennsylvania -1, Michigan -1, Ohio -2, Texas +3 again. Wisconsin, no, not Wisconsin. Illinois -1, Indiana -1, Minnesota -1. Florida +2, Iowa -1, Missouri -1, California -1, Oregon +1, New York -1, and Massachusetts, I'll actually say +1. Which may surprise you. You know what? Massachusetts stays same. Tennessee +1. Alright, and let's refill the map. And, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, my bad. I should probably explain some of the calls, my bad. Yeah, I think that Minnesota's barely gonna stay blue for 2060. Coming close to 100 years of voting Democratic, being the longest Democratic voting state in the country, just about to break its streak of trending, because it's trending red so much. Tennessee, honestly, I could be very wrong about Tennessee, but I think it's going to be a tilt R state by then. Of course, I think the Nashville's going to have suburbs by this point, just because of how big of a place it's going to become. And because of that, I think that Nashville alone could, of course, with Memphis's help, could, of course, carry Democrats nearly to victory in Tennessee in 2060, and probably by 2064. But I'll get into that in part 3. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Goodbye.